Hello, Lucky with another farming video. Today we're farming the poison bottle ingredients for the guillotine cross. We're using a shadow chaser just because it's easy to do stealing, and anything you use will basically kill these monsters in one hit, so it doesn't really matter what class you use. Except for when you get to the venom canines, they're actually a little harder because some of the monsters actually do have about 8,000 HP. So we'll just start farming them. I'll tell you how to get to these maps, and that's about it. So the first map, you're going to start in Prontera. You're going to go one map west or left to get to Hornets. For them, you'll be collecting the bee stings. I'm leaving my item here to show you which items I'm getting. I accidentally did some poison, instead of poison spores, mushroom spores when I did get to the poison spores. So you'll see that, but both of them are 100% drop rate in NovaRo and pretty high in any other server, actually 90% in IRO official. As always, I have my teleporting item, which is in this case the silverwork bracelet. You can use anything you want that has teleport on it, a creamy card, or a Sarah earring, or even just use an alkalite and use holy light on these monsters. Or a Sira, which is the advanced class, and the Archbishop, which is the advanced in the other direction. And then use, again, any ranged type of skill. Holy Light is probably the best for their weak, and they are needing a faster cast to try and get as many as possible in this short amount of time. As you can see, you can't really do a ranged attack with the SC. I tried to pick stone just to try and see what their HP is like. It's about 100. So throw stone won't work on these very nicely, plus you aren't getting the snatcher ability from the skills, which I'll show right now. So snatcher is a second class skill for the shadow chaser. It auto steals basically. Oh, it won't steal one unless I am staying still. But yeah, there it is there. And we'll shortly be moving on to the next ingredient. Okay, so our next ingredient is going to be cactus needles, sorry, which will be in the Warper under Guild Dungeons, Paeon Castles, and from there you go to Bright Arbor. This is basically just 2 maps south of Prontera, but the easiest way is that, because it just gets a little closer, a little faster. You have to walk along the arrows. I have it set up as a navvy here. I'm going to start some backsliding. I do not know how to backslide properly. You'll see that in a few seconds. Once you get to the map, which is just one left or west of that map, will be on the Muka map. Mukas will drop the cactus needle. Again, using the SC to try and get that snatcher in. There's a steal. And we'll just farm these for a bit. And also be moving on to the next ingredient. Okay, so our third ingredient will be venom canines from the Anaconda in one map east, and from there north of Rachel. This one is actually the strongest of the monsters you'll have to face for this, unless you're going with Luciola Vespa, which is not really a good idea because they have less mobs and they're stronger. These guys you can actually use your steel quite effectively on because they do have enough HP you won't kill in one hit. So we're just going to take some time getting there. I'm going to activate Preserve in case somebody activates a skill on me. And we just go around killing them as usual. I'll leave my items open so you can see how many I get and how many I steal. Now, what's good about having a Shadow Chaser is that you can kill them in one hit with a good powerful spell if you actually do push them away accidentally with something like Jupiter Thunder like you'll see in this video. And we'll move on to the next and final two ingredients that you actually do have to farm in a minute here. So the final two ingredients that we do actually have to farm are Poison Spore and Carvodilnerol. These are found both at Poison Spore, but you can get some better drops from the removal, even though that's very hard compared to this. And to get to the Poison Spores, you just go one north and one east of Geffen, which is basically northeast, because it's in the very top corner as you can see here. And we'll just go kill them with some Storm Gust, or any kind of long-lasting spell will work nicely if you just pull them into it, because they are aggressive monsters. Here I'm just checking out the shop, just to see if he's actually paying decently, and he is not. So, we won't bother selling him today. We'll just keep them all for ourselves. Do make sure that you don't activate your auto shadow spell inside of a bunch of mobs, because it will just get you hit and it will interrupt it and it not cast anyway. I'll also show you my gears here while we're at it, just for the fun of it. It's nothing too special, but I do recommend the Rideward hat, and I do recommend anything that can teleport. Other than that, it's just whatever you feel necessary. And here we start getting some auto shadow spell into action. I'm using level 1 to make it cast more often. It doesn't matter for the power because again these are weak monsters and it will kill them in one hit anyway. So the more often it activates, the better. This one will run a little bit longer because of the fact that it took me so long to get even 3 Carvodilnerals. I'll actually be buying a few so that you can see me craft them at 100% on my 100% rate on my Guillotine Cross later on. There is one major problem, however, with casting Storm Gust or anything that has a cooldown on it. You will end up taking your cooldown and not being able to teleport right away. Luckily this map is normally mobbies, but this is the only one that I think you'll really see any other people inside of that are active. And you can see they just round right into that Storm Gust. So every poison spore I should be getting, I'm actually getting a mushroom spore. I did mention that earlier, but just letting you know that's why you're seeing a whole bunch of mushroom spores. If I had just changed my loot to change to poison spore, it would have given me the same amount anyway, so it doesn't really affect much here in this video. Full throttle was an accident there. Don't use that skill unless you actually intend to use it for a while, because it takes a long cooldown. And it will reduce your movement and attack speed for quite some time afterwards. And there's the cooldowns on the buff icons on the right. Or not the cooldowns, the negative effects of the cooldown. Pretty soon we'll be moving on to the crafting. So now I'll be doing the crafting. For the crafting, you'll need one berserk potion for each, so I bought 10, just to show you that I can do it at 100% accuracy with 130 dex, and 130 luck, which is obtainable just by putting stat points in. You also need empty bottles. Here you have to buy them basically, because they are not a drop anymore in most monsters. I have extra venom canines, which were all from farming. Extra cactus needles, all from farming. I bought 7 carbodylanols, just to make it an even 10. And I bought 1 poison spore to make an even 10. And I have extra bee stings. So without further ado, this is the formula that you need to have 100% success rate. Basically works out that you need about 130 and 130. And we'll just start crafting away. They'll turn into poison bottles. You can go slow or as fast as you want. They do have a cooldown, so Broggy, or Poem of Broggy, or Magic Strings will make it faster. And that has been the video. Thank you, and goodbye.